kyssäri, että haluatko suomeksi vai englanniksi?
No siis se on oikeastaan susta kiinni, että oot sä tekemässä tämän sun lopputyön, niin loppujen lopuksi kuitenkin englanniksi.
On, joo. Se on mun kirjoittamisen kannalta helpompaa, jos se on englanniksi, koska sitten jos se on suomeksi, niin sitten mun pitää kääntää se sitten vielä.
Yeah, you need to translate it. So we will continue with English. It's okay for me.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my recording on. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, just for the formalities, I always say this. So, hi, my name is Oskar Keränen, and I'm a student at Heriot University, and I'm going to interview you about your company and the use of social media marketing, and also your views of its role in Finland and in modern marketing. This interview is done for my dissertation and is used solely for that purpose. Are you okay for me to use this material for my research?
Yes, of course, yes. So, hi, Oskari. My name is Pauliina Mäkelä, and my company's name is Kinda Limited, and I just put you the link to the web pages of my company.
Okay.
To the chat. So I think that while you're asking questions during this interview, whenever I have a link to other materials, I will just put it into the chat, so you will get them there.
Okay.
And of course, my way of working is, of course, global way of working, and I do almost all of my working with the computer, in the net, with the mobile way. But at this moment, most of my clients are still in Finland, so I have to say that my web pages are in Finnish.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that's good. That's actually really helpful. That way I can check things out as we go at the same time.
Yes, of course. Yes.
That was kind of like my first question, I suppose. My first question is, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself and your company? Is there anything else you would like to add there, or?
Yeah, I actually have a lot to add, and that was well. I have been doing this mobile work several years, and actually I can first show you from my web pages where I have my own blog, which I don't actually write it very often, but sometimes I do. I will send you the next link, and that links will take you the Finnish blog story about my work, and I'm explaining in that blog story that I'm doing work from home office, as I'm now in my home office at the moment. Okay. So in that way, I do my work very mobile. So whenever I have a laptop or iPad or iPhone with me and the network is working, I have the network here, then I will do my work whenever I am. So I can do my work when I'm mobily, maybe in a train or some train station or whatever, so I can do my work. And I have established my own company on summer 2010. So this is actually my third year ongoing at the moment.
Okay.
And I'm actually a first person in my own relatives who has established their own company. So I don't have anybody in my relatives and my closest friends that I can ask about how to run my own company. So anything related to entrepreneur things and how to work and do your own marketing and that kind of things, I need to go to the network, to the net and to the internet and ask my own friends there that how they are doing it. So it's different kind of way of establishing your own company, because I didn't have any examples in my near surroundings.
Okay. So you had a lot of find it yourself advice instead of having relatives who support you.
Yeah. Yes. So it's like I'm using many times. I'm using this word, which is in Finnish. It's called heimo. What is it? Tribes?
A tribe, yeah.
I'm saying that all my social media relatives, some-sukulaiset, is the persons who are in contact when I have any questions about how to run my business and if I need to have some advice about it. And my career before I established my own company was that before that I worked in Nokia Networks from years 1999 to 2010. So 11 years I was working as a specialist in Nokia Networks and later Nokia Siemens Networks. And I was there 11 years, and during that time we actually had those cooperation negotiations for 7 times. So when it was the 7th time, then I decided that I will leave the company and I will take the package. You know what I mean with the package.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And with that money, I established my own company.
Okay.
And before that, which was 1996 until 1999 when I changed to Nokia. Before that, I was working in Tampere in a very small company, which was a professional conference organizer company. So I was there as a conference secretary, and I was arranging international conferences for 3.5 years. So from there comes my passion to organize different kind of events. So I love organizing different kind of events, and I love to work with different kind of people, and I also love social media. So that is my background.
Okay, that's very interesting actually. I knew you were very into the social media network in Finland, and that you're kind of a big name there. But it's really interesting to actually get to know your background a bit more as well.
Yeah.
So
I could tell that the most important thing for me is that when you know something, you need to make it visible, and that is like my goal, to make your own talents and what you can do, to make it visible, and also to do it to different kind of organizations and companies, that they can also make their work very visible. And that's why I'm using social media, and that's why I'm a social media trainer.
Yeah, that's really good, really interesting. So how social would you consider your company to be?
Well, my company is very social, and actually my company Kinda Limited, it's actually the kindest company in Finland, as I have said in my elevator speech.
Yeah.
You know? It's that's the most important thing too. When you're using internet in different ways, you need to know how to use internet in a clever way, meaning that you don't do any stupid things in there. So you need to remember what are the golden rules for your behavior in the internet. And actually, the next link that I'm going to give you is a link for SlideShare. SlideShare is a service where I put all my presentation materials. So it's also very open way how I'm working. So every time when I'm giving any kind of a training or a speech about social media, I will put my slides into the SlideShare. And another way also is that whenever I'm actually giving these trainings, I also put all my materials in my wiki pages. So the next link is to my wiki. And so you can find all my presentation materials within years 2008 until this year. So they are all there.
Okay. That's really, really nice. So this is one of the ways that you interact with your customers as well, I presume.
Yes, that's true, because the way I'm doing marketing for my own company is that I have never dialed any phone number, so I haven't done any marketing via phone, or I haven't sent any emails regarding marketing. So only thing that I'm doing is that I'm actually visible and available in the internet, in the social media services like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and via my wiki pages and blog stories and all different kind of ways how you can make your work visible. So I'm not just saying that you should use social media, I'm also using it by myself. I'm not saying it, I'm actually doing it.
Okay, yeah, that's very cool. You're actually answering some of my questions.
Yeah.
already. But I'm just gonna go through them, and you can add some stuff if something comes up. So regarding social media. So how do you use social media? You already answered it partially, but anything you want to add?
Yeah, well, I'm using it that way that whenever I'm awake, when I'm not asleep, I'm using social media, meaning that when my day starts in the morning, I have an alarm clock which is called sleep cycle. I can also find you this sleep cycle. Let me Google it for you.
Yeah.
It is an alarm clock, but it's not just an alarm clock because now you have the link to the actual solution. It's iPhone application. So while it is my sleep clock, it will also monitor my sleep cycle.
Yeah.
So while I'm asleep, it will monitor that if I'm in a deep sleep or a very kevyt uni, meaning
light sleep.
Light sleep, yes. So if I want, I can also send my sleep graph to Facebook if I want, but I don't do it often, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year I will send it for some reason. So every time when I'm doing some kind of a status update or sending a link or sending a video or whatever, I have a meaning why I'm doing that. And way I'm sharing information in the internet is that all my links and information, it's mainly positive, or it doesn't have any positive or negative in it. So I try to avoid any negative news when I'm doing this. So that's the reason why I have this title in Finnish that I'm yhteisöllisen median kiltteyden lähettiläs. So it means that I only send information in the internet in a positive way, in a kind way.
Yeah.
And I very rarely write there anything that what is my opinion about that matter. So I usually just send the link. I'm the person who shares a lot, but I actually don't want to. How do you say? I don't want to criticize or give my own opinion. I want that people will themselves make their own opinion about the matter that I'm sharing. And so I was telling about my normal daily work day.
Yeah.
It means that I wake up while watching the sleep cycle, monitoring my sleep. I have been using it since September 2010, so over 800 nights it has been done it. So I'm using it always. If I go to somewhere else than my home, I will take a jatkojohto. What is it?
Extension cord.
Yes, I will take it with me, so I will make sure that I have electricity for my iPhone, that I can use my sleep cycle. And when I wake up, I look that, and after that, I might not even wake up. I don't have to get up from the bed. I can check what's happening in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on, or I check my emails. But when it's time to wake up, I just wake up, and then I will just go to my laptop and I start my work day. And I have Skype opened all day because I have the while I have my own company, I'm also doing different jobs while I'm doing my own company. So actually, I have 4 jobs at the moment. And Suomen e-oppimiskeskus, I will look you for the link, just a moment. I will find you the link, Suomen e-oppimiskeskus, and I will give you the English version of it. Okay. So here's the link, yes.
Thank you.
So it's the Association of Finnish E-Learning Centers. So that's one of my employers. So as I have my own company, at the moment, until the end of March, I will do 4 different jobs, and 25% is my own company's work, and 25% is I'm working for AVO project. I will give you the link for that too. It's here. It's called the Openness Accelerating Learning Networks project, and actually for that, my employer is the city of Hämeenlinna. So City of Hämeenlinna will pay me for 25% of my work time until end of this year. And Suomen e-oppimiskeskus, which is the Finnish Association of Finnish e-learning center, they are paying me 50% of my work time because I'm working in two different projects, which are their names are just for Finnish. So the other one is Jatkoselvitys ESR EAKR hankkeiden hankeportaalille. I will give you the link. These are the long names and difficult to be translated. But if you are going to write something about it, you could just write there that this person is doing 4 jobs at the same time and splitting my work time between 4 of these. So I'm a project manager for Dyne and project manager for Jesperi. So when you were calling me now and starting this interview, I was just reading a report from Dyne and making it to be published. And I was also checking what kind of timetable we have for the next meetings for Jesperi. And then I was also publishing this next link, which I just put into the chat, for different channels related to our project. So I'm doing multiple things at the same time.
Okay. So you're multitasking a lot and all the time.
Yeah.
It's very interesting in the way, because how you described the start of your day, it sounded just like the start of my day.
Yeah.
Because I have similar app as well.
Great.
For the sleep cycle thing, and I usually check my Facebook and all the social networks when I'm still laying in the bed, and then get up.
Yes. Yep. And of course, if it's a weekend, then I will do it mostly that way. So I don't get up from the bed. I will just check the news and what's going on with the different channels. And when you have enough friends in these, like Facebook and Twitter, you have enough people to tell you what's happening around the world, so you don't have to look for the news. They will tell it.
True.
So when there comes the news that the Pope will resign, you will get the information. You don't have to look for it. So maybe I could now tell you something about how I use those social media platforms, because like the Facebook is my mainly channel, which I'm using a lot. So first thing in the morning and last thing in the night. And I have there not 2,000, but almost 2,000 friends in Facebook. Let me share you my link to my Facebook page, the profile meaning. You can come my friend if you like. So I'm very openly networking with different people. And I mainly published my status updates the public way. So I very rarely do anything, these social media status updates that are just shared for my friends. I use everything for public way.
Okay.
So I also have people who are following me in Facebook because I'm sharing my public updates. And same way as Mark Zuckerberg is doing. So, but he has a lot of more followers than I have.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I have this personal profile in Facebook in that way. But before we had these public status updates available from your own personal profile, so I had to do it in different ways. So I also share now a link to you, which is my public profile. So I have a page which has the same name as my own personal profile, but this is a Facebook page, and this is a way I'm actually sharing information, whatever comes for me when I'm looking information in the internet. But I'm using this a little bit lesser now that I have the public profile possibility in my own personal profile. So this is just have to think what I shall do with this fan page that I have here. And of course, whenever I'm doing things, I also have my Facebook page for my company, just sharing it. Okay, it has a little extra in the end, in the link. But as you can see, if I have in my personal Facebook page, personal Facebook profile, I have almost 1,800 friends. The Kinda Limited Facebook page has about 500 persons, fans who have liked the page. So this gives you the information that people likes to follow the persons, not the companies. It's like it's same way in the Twitter when we go to the Twitter, because I will now share you the links to my own Twitter page, my profile in Twitter. So in there I have 4,663 followers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I also have the nickname that I'm the first Twitter queen of Finland. Yeah. I got it actually. It's a nickname. It's not an official thing. It's a nickname that I got on September 2009. And now I'm
who
sharing.
Who gave it to you?
It was gave by Riitta Raesmaa.
Yeah.
And I will show you a YouTube video from Riitta, because actually Riitta Raesmaa is a fabulous lady. You need to see this video. I will share it to you. I will write it, Riitta Raesmaa. That's a YouTube link, so you can check it later. But there you get the how Riitta is, and it's very Riitta-like to give this kind of nickname to persons. And so when I'm checking the Twitter page for my company, it has 482 followers. So the numbers are very different.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a lot of fans for your Facebook page, and if you want to have a lot of followers in Twitter for a company, you need to do a lot of things, and you need to have a lot of resources for that, meaning people and time, and maybe a little bit money if you want to organize some kind of kilpailu,
competitions.
Competitions. Yes, that's right. So,
how long have you been using social media marketing?
Well, I have been using. Actually, one of my friends just asked the same question today, and I write down for him this kind of information. Let me show you. I just had this because it was just asked from me today. I put the link. I put the chat. The information that when I have started to use different social media platforms. So it was actually the main and the most important date is the 5th of January 2008. That was the date when I started to use Facebook, meaning with my own name and my own photo. And before that, I haven't done that. So before 2008, I was using internet as I was following like 600 blogs, and I was writing my own blog with my nickname, not with my real name.
Yeah.
And I was using different kind of discussion forums, and I started that on year 2005. So 2005 until 2006, it was mainly discussion forums, and 2006 until 2008, it was about the blogs. And then came Facebook. And after that came Twitter. And then came all the rest of the social media platforms. And these, which I just put here, were just few of those, because there are different kind of social media platforms. They are like 10,000s or 100,000s or whatever the amount it is. It's a huge number. And I will also give you the link for this, because we were talking about Twitter. So here is a link to Toni Nummela's project. He just started, it was like 5 days ago. He just started to calculate on his own, because he wanted to calculate how many Finnish tweeps there are. So many people who are using Finnish to make Twitter messages. So now there are 17,000 people who are using Finnish in Twitter, and this will just go on and on and on and calculate it, because we don't know how many people there are in Twitter from Finland or Finnish-speaking people.
Yeah.
So we are looking for this number, and it's also interesting to see the top 10 people who are using Finnish in Twitter in the last hour. Yeah.
That's quite interesting, isn't it? Mika Pirhonen, is he the number one in tweets?
Mika Pirhonen, he's a lovely man. I know Mika. We met like a regularly basis in Tampere when I'm organizing taskulounas.
Yeah, I know.
And this tasku word came from an article that my friend Kristina Pääkkönen gave an interview to Savon Sanomat about Twitter, and there was a title in it that when you're using Twitter, it's like you have a cocktail party in your pocket. This pocket, which is in Finnish tasku, came to be used in Twitter when we were talking about this article. First came taskubileet, like party in your pocket, and after that we decided that we need to meet face to face, and we started to arrange these kind of lunch dates via Twitter, which was said that it's pocket lunch. And after that, I have organized pocket knitting, you know, when you're knitting a woolen stockings, and also pocket baking, when you're baking a cake together via Twitter. So this is a new kind of way of organizing different kind of events, when people who have met first in the internet, then they will meet face to face. Yeah.
That's interesting, because I've heard the first time I heard that term was last summer. That pocket lunch.
Yeah.
And that was at work when I was working with Andy.
Yeah.
And I actually met Mika during the summer as well.
Yes, and you notice that Mika talks a lot.
He does.
A lot, and he also tweets a lot.
He does. He's a nice guy, though.
He's a funny guy. So it just like Mika has said to me that he doesn't anymore use emails that much, because he's using Twitter for emails. Yeah. And that you can see when you're watching how many tweets he has sent. So
yeah, sometimes he fills my Twitter feed.
Yes. But when you have a lot of Twitter following, the people who are following, then you don't see that Mika is doing it that much.
Okay, that's true as well.
And also, I like Twitter a lot. So, as I have the nickname to be the first Finnish Twitter queen, I also like to publish a lot of photos. So I just put there the link to my Instagram page. So if when you go to see those pictures, you notice that there are a lot of pictures about cats. Yeah, it is, because I have 2 cats. The other one is Väinö, and another one is Osmo. Mm-hmm. So mainly when I'm publishing photos into the internet, mainly for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, those photos about my cat's family, nature, and the events where I go. So I publish photos about it. And I also use a lot the Foursquare. Do you use Foursquare?
Yeah. I think we're friends on Foursquare.
Yes. Are we already?
And I am following you on Twitter, and you're following me on Twitter.
Okay, so we are Twitter friends already. But what about Foursquare? Have you sent me a Foursquare invitation?
I'm not sure. I can check it.
Because I really now like to have you as my friend in Foursquare, because now I'm actually confirming your friendship in Facebook. So now we are friends in Facebook.
Okay.
And let me check if I can give you the link to my Foursquare page. Yes, here's the link. Now here's my Foursquare page. So I have done it to check-ins for 4,689 times. And I have published 1,275 photos in the Foursquare. So I'm taking a lot of photos while I'm walking and going different places and publishing it. There are always people who are asking that, don't you feel it awkward to tell people where you are walking and going in the Foursquare? I'm saying that no, it's great, because then I have the possibility to meet new people that I haven't met earlier. And like if I go to the train, I will always tell in the Foursquare that what is the place where I'm sitting in the train, so people can then come to me if they are in the same train. So it's a great thing. And somebody has also asked me that, what about robbery? Don't you be scared that somebody will come to your home and steals everything? I'm saying that, well, hey, the robbers here in our neighborhood, they're not using Foursquare, because when I'm telling in Foursquare that I am at home, they comes to our yard and they're stealing our bikes. That has happened 2 times within last year. So they are not using Foursquare, so I don't mind.
They can't be using it.
Yeah.
Apparently I have sent you a Foursquare request.
Okay, I will now accept it, because I have like 500 or something friends. Yeah, 512 friends in Foursquare. But I have been a little bit, I haven't accepted all.
Yeah.
It's like I'm almost accepting all friendship requests in Facebook and Twitter and so on. But sometimes I will just think that I need to know more about this person before I will accept it. Like today I noticed that some older man from Finland started to following me in Twitter, and I noticed that I know his face, and then I remember that this person has sent me a Foursquare invitation. So now I'm able to accept it, because now I know him.
You recognize him, yeah.
Yeah. So that's also the reason why you should have a very recognizable profile photo in different social media platforms. So I very rarely change my profile photo, like in Twitter, like never, and Facebook sometimes, but very rarely. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I know that. I recognize you because you use the same picture. I have, I think I have 3 different pictures that I use around Twitter, Facebook, and other social media networks.
I think I have the same, because I have this pink Stetson and a lollipop photo in Foursquare and Twitter, and then I have the very professional way of photo in LinkedIn, and then in Facebook it can be different photos. So like there was earlier, was it last week or week before that, there was this phenomenon that people were changing their old photos as their profile photo in Facebook. So I actually had my baby photo and so on there. But I don't do that in Twitter. I can do it in Facebook, but I don't do that in Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so now I accepted your Foursquare friend request, and also in Facebook. So yes, now we are tight friends.
Now we're connected. That's great. So do you use other marketing tools than social media?
Well, actually not, because I use internet a lot, and especially social media platforms. The other way how I'm using marketing ways is that I attend a lot of different kind of events. So I go face-to-face meetings, but also I attend these events via internet. So I get like remote access to those events. So I think that's one way of doing your marketing, because when you're networking with people, when you get to know a lot of people, you are also doing the marketing in that way. And but I haven't done any radio ads or newspaper ads. Anything that pays money I haven't done. Yeah. Only things which I have paid money for is that actually I did this in the early phases of my company, but now I have changed my mind a little bit. So I have joined entrepreneur associations, meaning Suomen Yrittäjät and Naisyrittäjät. So I'm part of those. And I also last year I attended, I got a membership for a press card. So now I am a member of a press. So it's actually, I will give you the, if I found the link to it, just a moment. There is the right place. Let me click it. This is actually a very old association. So this, the latest link that I put into the chat, it's the Finnish Radio and TV Reporters Association. It was started already 1936. And the way how you get into this association, that you need to get recommendations from the 2 members, and I actually got it. So I'm part of that. So now I'm a member of a press too. And the way I'm using this membership card is that I actually go different events and I'm doing a live reporting from those events. So that's the thing that the reporters nowadays, they don't really know how to do it yet, but they are learning it at the same time. They have started those reporters and journalists in Finland. They have started to use Storyfy, and they have started to use Google+. And I think those are the very good services for journalists in Finland at the moment, because they have to understand that if we are seeing something and we are reporting it and we will put it into the next day's paper, it's an old news. You need to report it at the same time that people can know about it. Yeah. And as you can see, I talk a lot. So I talk a lot, but I also publish a lot of things and information in the internet.
That's good. I enjoy listening to interesting things, and what you said so far has been extremely interesting to me as well, because I'm really into social media and marketing in that sense as well.
Yes. And I gave you now another link. It's a link to my Delicious profile. And this is my, one of those places which I really need daily basis. So whenever I find any good blog stories or links or services, I will put it in here, because I'm not anymore using my browser in that way that we learned to do it when we started to use computers. You remember we tag it into the browser, those links where we wanted to go. Now I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm not doing any browser bookmarks anymore. I'm just doing Delicious links. And also I will give you another link. It's a Do ID Me link, which it's just like a mini web page for my links to different social media channels. And if you click there in Do ID Me service, the social stream link in the upper corner on the left side, it will just go through all my social media channels, and it will tell you what I have done within last hours.
Yeah.
And now I can see that I have only put there a few links in Twitter, and then I have just been very busy doing my project work. So, but I'm publishing links from the day until the night, and I'm using it whenever I'm walking anywhere. I can do that. Yes.
Okay. Can you describe some of the strategies you use for social media marketing?
Yeah, how could I tell? I actually believe in good content, meaning that if you have a good content, then that's the basis of everything. I don't have any written policy or any written strategy how to do it. I'm just saying that you should be smart when you're using social media. Like, let me show you. I'm clicking now my share slides at the moment, and let me find you that's the right link. Let me show it to you what I'm talking about. I will give it to you there. So it's 10 golden rules how to act in the internet. So it's just like, I think my strategy is to follow these 10 rules, meaning that you should be genuine and kind to the other person. So you shouldn't be rude or anything like that. And the second one is that you should first, when you go to a new service, new social media service or platform, you need to first listen and look what's happening in there, and then start to discuss. and like see how others are doing it, how others are publishing information in there. And then the third one is that you should have a very good media reading skills, meaning that you should know what's the right information in the internet and also learn how to use the right tools. And you should have a guidelines. I'm also always saying when I'm training people to use social media that you should do that which feels good. So you shouldn't do anything which feels bad. And you should have enough time to learn these new things. And if you get stressed about it, you should just leave the computer behind and do something else. Okay. And you should act correctly, not to spam anyone or not to insult anyone, and you should consider what you're sharing. So this is like my marketing strategy number one, that you should always think what you are sharing, because you will never get that out from the internet if you put it in there. And then of course the rights about the tekijänoikeudet, meaning what's the English word?
I'm not sure.
Who has the rights to own the masterpiece? You know
Copyrights.
what I mean? Yeah, copyrights, that's true. So you should honor the copyrights. And I'm saying that easiest way to do it is that you will just write your own words into the internet and you will take your own photos and you will publish only those. Then you don't have to think who has the copyrights for the photo. And you shouldn't ever take anyone else's photos and publish it if you don't have the permission for that. And then, of course, you should share and network and use crowdsourcing. I actually used the crowdsourcing to get the name for my company. I think that's a great story. Right. So just a few months before I started my own company, I asked in Twitter and in Facebook from my friends that, hey, I'm going to start my own company which will give the social media training. So what would be the name for the company? And it doesn't actually took like a few days, and I got almost 100 propositions. What could be the right name? Yeah, it was a great crowdsourcing case, and I went through all of them, and then the last one, which was the best one, was from my friend from Rovaniemi. He's actually a service designer. His name is Antti Lindström, and I have actually wrote a story in my blog about it in kinda.fi, that the name was Some Kind, and he was saying that the Finnish, there is not the kindest kiltteyden lähettiläs, yhteisöllisen median kiltteyden lähettiläs. This kind of person is we don't have it in Finland. We need to have this kind of kindest person in Finland, and that could be me. So I just left the some, the social media word in the end, I left it away, and then there was kind. And then the A letter was put in the behind, so it was kinda. So I have a kinda company, jonkinlainen kinda company, and it's kind. So I'm always saying that if you need to have answers, just ask it. So use the crowdsourcing, use it, because it's a good way to do it. And also these 10 golden rules, it's that number 9 is that you should tolerate that one, that anything isn't ready at the same time. You might just start to work with your network and somebody just writes the memo, the title, and then everybody will type the memo together. And the last one is that you should acknowledge which are the risks when you're using internet and computers, that you should do it in a right way. So you asked now what was my social media marketing strategy. I think those were the ones, because I'm saying that to people, so I'm also doing it by myself. So did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. You answered very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next one, before you started using social media marketing, what did you use before? And why did you change to social media marketing?
I didn't use anything else. I have been always using social media for my marketing. So as I'm a social media training company, I'm also using it. So nothing else. So of course I will, if I'm talking with the press members like radio and TV and newspapers, I'm not saying that I'm buying an advertisement in those media places, but I would like to have my story in it. So I have also done that one too. So in my wiki page, I have this. Now I put the link to you. I put the link for these newspaper, radio, TV, and net stuff. So the latest thing was that there is this program in Finland called Suora Linja, the direct line, if you can translate it. Yeah. So there was this. It's a short show. It's about 8 minutes weekdays in Yle TV2, Yle TV2 channel, and the topic was that if you do a mistake in social media, how should you act after that? So I was giving my interview in the TV. Was it last week? Yeah, it was. Yeah. So that was the latest. But I have also there, if you can check it, there has been information about the pocket lunches, and when I have gone to give my customers a training, they have done a piece of that in their newsletter and so on. So I'm always trying to make things visible. So I'm not using any typical marketing ways. I'm using this new way of marketing. I'm using social media.
Okay. How do you use social media marketing to separate yourself from your competition?
Well, it's like, how do I separate them? Well, of course, if those other companies are doing the exactly same, if they are social media training company, it's like my number one thing is the kindness. So that's the thing that I'm doing, that I need to be kind way to other people. And if people, other social media trainers are having heated discussions, I don't go there, you know.
Yeah.
Meaning that I don't want to, what would be, I don't know the words because I don't want to do them. So I don't want to defend, I don't want to loukkaantua. What's the loukkaantua?
Hurt yourself or hurt someone else.
I don't want to hurt anybody else. So I'm also a very kind person myself. It's not just that I'm saying it, but I'm really kind person. So I'm not a typical Finnish person because I like to talk a lot and I like to touch people and I like to hug people. And I think that's the one thing that I'm different than the other persons in Finland. That I'm hugging a lot. So if we could now see each other, I would hug you.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice. Because earlier I actually thought that I really want to meet you now, and I would like to give you a hug as well. And that's what I thought about earlier. Now that you actually said it, I was like, oh.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is now you're in the core. You meaning that when you meet new people in the internet via different social media platforms, even that you haven't meet them face to face, you feel like you know them already. And when you meet them, you really, I need to hug the people because it's like, I know them already. And and you retweeted, you put it into Foursquare that you are interviewing me, and I retweeted in Twitter. So we're doing it. We're multitasking. We're doing interview and we're doing a lot of things at the same time.
Exactly. I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had to skip some of my questions because you answered them pretty much completely, or okay, so you pretty much described quite a lot of benefits that social media has brought to you, but do you have any other benefits that you think social media marketing has brought to you?
Well, I think the first thing is that I have met a lot of people. I think that's the one thing. If I haven't gone to that one discussion forum 2005, I might not have my own company at the moment. I don't know, but I think it went that way. because actually the forum where I was discussing that year 2005 and 2006, it was about, we were all ladies in that forum, we were pregnant and we were talking about the babies.
Yeah.
So it was very family related topics, but we thought that we were only talking about the babies and families, and later we started to meet each other. We had these pocket lunches like events, but then we noticed that, hey, there are also different kind of persons between this mother status. You know, we all are also part of work life and we are working in different companies. And when I started to connect with these ladies more, I noticed that they know about social media and I want to know it more. And they showed me a lot of different things and we became very good friends. And in that way, I learned myself that I could use social media in different ways, and I can now establish my own company, and I can start to train people that which I have already, what I have learned, I can then teach to other people what I have learned. So people is number one, of course. And the next thing is that it's free. It only takes your own time and resources. It doesn't take any money. So if there is a little company, it doesn't have a lot of people working in it, it should use social media, because then it has a big advantage related to other people in their own market. And what else? I think those just comes first in my mind. And it's also, if you're doing marketing, I also think social media also as a tool for learning. So I'm learning every day new things, and I think that's a good way of looking at life, is that you should learn new things every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I go to different kind of places. Actually, the next link that I'm giving to you, it's these communities of practice. Käytännöyhteisöt in Finnish. I actually done this, I was listing these different kind of communities of practice. I will give you the link now. It goes to our Association of Finnish E-Learning Center. It will go in their wiki, and there is this, it's actually in Finnish, but when you click the links, most of the links will go to Facebook. So there are different kind of communities of practice, and every one of these are the places where I go. So they are giving me more information, and I learn all the time new things. And this project is about this tune. It's about how you should, when you are in a work life, you have a new environment for learning. So you're not just going to school and learn new things, but while you're doing your work, you will learn new things from your colleagues, from communities of practice, from social media, and so on. And while I showed you this link to this wiki page, you notice that I like a lot of lists. I'm a list person. I list all the time different kind of things. So lists and links, those are my things.
Listen, yeah, I noticed you giving me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different links so far.
Yes.
So,
and I know I will continue to do it, but it's just, well, I will give you the next link. I don't know if I put it already there. No, I actually didn't put it already. This is actually the page where I got those numbers when you asked that when I started to use these different social media platforms, and I said that I started to use Facebook on 5th January 2008. So that information came from the community called Sometu. And in Finnish, it means sosiaalinen media oppimisen tukena. So it's a place where I actually was a community gardener for 2 years. So community gardener is a name for community manager. And when I'm talking about community manager event, then I will give you the link to the event. It was actually an event that I was organizing, and I was actually a host in that event called Community Manager Appreciation Day 2013. It was now on January 28 in Tampere, here in Finland. And it's actually last year when we had this event, it was first in Europe. And this year we had it here in Tampere, and we had it also in Paris. So it's coming. It was established 4 years ago in United States. So there was one guy who wrote a blog story about it, that persons who are working as a community manager, they should have once a year their own appreciation day when people would appreciate them.
Yeah.
and we noticed that in Twitter, and we started to organize it, and we did this year's event with sponsorship money. We only had 10,000 euros for it, and we had 150 participants, and the event was free for the participants. They got the event, and all the speakers came to the event for free, and they got the lunch and coffee while the event was ongoing in Tampere. So I think it was very good event, and it was the way it was organized was great. Even that I was myself organizing it and saying it out loud, but we got a very good feedback from the participants. They actually said that if you give the school grade for it from 4 to 10, it was almost 9, the average from the who answered to our feedback questionnaire.
Okay. Yeah. That's I would say quite successful. So how would you measure the success of your social media marketing executions?
Well, actually, if you're asking about measuring things, when I was working in Nokia Siemens Network, actually one of my work titles was measuring specialist. But even that, it's not my thing, meaning that I haven't been talking about this publicly anywhere. I think you are the first one that I'm now saying this out loud, that I'm not measuring actually. Of course, I'm looking how many likes and how many comments and how many friends and how many photos and so on, what kind of numbers there are in different social media places. And I'm also following I could say that maybe I'm following one number, and that is those presentations that I have in SlideShare. Sometimes I'll go through and see how many times they have been seen in the SlideShare, and I actually put that number on my latest SlideShare presentation. So I will now click that link. So just a moment, I will give you the number. So I'm measuring my SlideShare presentation views, and I'm clicking it here. I'm going to the right place, and the number is here. It was last week. It was over 56,600 times that my 61 presentations has been watched in SlideShare.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one thing that I'm watching. I'm watching how many times people are looking at my presentations in SlideShare, and of course, even that I don't write blog stories so often, I'm seeing what the Google analyst is saying. Yeah. But I'm not doing this in a professional way, because I'm just, as I said, I believe in a good content, and if you're doing good content and you're giving good trainings, people will talk about it, they will recommend you, and it will go mouth to mouth, and you will get more customers via that. So that's my way of doing things. So it's good content, not the measuring.
Okay. Well, how much time, money, and human resources do you think an entrepreneur should spend with social media marketing?
Well, it's well, I can say that I'm using like 100%, all the time, and then now you could maybe ask from my husband how he thinks about it. But when you are an entrepreneur and when you're alone in your own company, you should do as much social media marketing and use the ways and the possibilities that social media will give to the company as it feels good, meaning that as much time and resources as it possible. So, but everybody needs to think what's good for them. So I cannot say that they should use the 100% or they should use this or that amount of hours or days or whatever. It's just what it feels like. So I think if some company will start to use social media, they should then start small and start to use one service like Facebook or Twitter or SlideShare or whatever, and then if that feels good, then take the next one. Not that the company will establish 100 profiles in different places. That's not a good way of doing it.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, then about social media and marketing among entrepreneurs in Finland. So where does social media marketing stand among entrepreneurs in Finland?
Well, that's an information that you should look for different research data. Maybe I don't have any data for that how much, because I get different kind of news stories about it, and it varies a lot. Sometimes they say it is used a lot, and sometimes it said that they don't use it at all. So I think it depends on. In what field the company is working. So if the company is working somehow related to internet and information and training and that kind of things, then it could be a good thing to use social media. But if company is away from the internet, then they might not use it. So I don't have any data for that. You should look that information you should Google it.
Google is one option, yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for is more in the opinions and what kind of ideas entrepreneurs have of it. So how common do you believe it is to use social media marketing?
I think it's growing. I think it's growing in Finland because persons who already know it and they are telling about it, it will then other people will get interested in it, and then they might start to use it. And how could I say this? It's like it's not depending what age the person is if they start to use social media. It's more about their attitude. So if they have very open attitude, they are more likely to start to use social media. And I think all the cloud services are a great thing because, as I said, the Delicious is important service for me, but so is also the Google services, meaning that I'm using Google Docs all the time and Google Calendar and Gmail all the time. Yeah. So I couldn't handle my business and my work life if I couldn't have the Google services with me. So I think the Google Docs it's excellent. It's excellent. I wouldn't use anything else. I am a Mac person. I need to say that I talked about my iPad and iPhone, so you noticed that already, but I'm a Mac person. I have been using PCs those years when I was working in Nokia. Yeah. But before that and after that, I have been using Mac products, and I love it. It's just the way I like it.
It's good. Well, do you believe that Finnish entrepreneurs represent the innovative forefront of new marketing methods?
Yes, I think in some fields, if you look at what Rovio is doing and what Jolla is doing and what else could I say, like what's Supercell, like the gaming companies, they are using it, and they are using it very wise way. Like yesterday when I was walking in Tampere, I noticed that in a jewelry store there were Angry Birds silver pictures in it. I was like, whoa.
I saw that.
Now it's like now they're here. And my husband was saying later that day that, did it mean that I need to now buy those too? I said, no, I didn't mean that, but I just noticed them because it's not just soft drinks and playgrounds. It's silver
jewelry. Yeah.
It's just I think I like a lot when social media services have the gamification features in it, like somebody did comment today on my Facebook page that when I was saying that LinkedIn has now over 200 million users, and he was saying that he don't like the gamification features in it. Like there is now that way when you can one click give a endorsement for person's skills and talents, and I actually love it. But it's people are in two kinds. Somebody always want to have it very simple, a professional way, and I like it like when it's very gamification way. So it's like Foursquare and Get Clue when I get the patches and titles and whatever. I like because even that I will be next month. I'm actually now 41, and next month I will be 42. I'm playing games all the time.
Yeah.
And so are my three kids. I have a 19-year-old identical twins, and then I have the youngest one boy who is 6 now. So we are all playing. The whole family is playing different kind of mobile games and PC games. Yeah.
Okay. Well, where do you believe social media marketing is? Well, where does it stand among entrepreneurs nowadays in Finland and also elsewhere in the world?
Well, I think the United States has noticed it, then they are using it a lot more. Of course, there are a lot of more people in the United States than in Finland. This is a small country here. But I think that it's like there are always those early adapters. So they first start to use it. And if others will follow, if they notice that they get any benefits in it, they will start to use it too. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think it will grow, and while now I'm talking people about how to use social media, my own thoughts are now in the future. Actually, I'm thinking about when the robots will come and do our daily jobs, and then we have the time to do all the creative work what we want to do. So I can do the knitting and taking photos, and robots can do my daily work. So yeah, I'm a weird one because I'm talking these kind of things, but this is I think the future is already here, and one place where I'm sharing these thoughts with other persons, it's actually this one Facebook group. I will show you the link now. I will put it now here in the chat. It's called Ennakointi. What is it? Foreseeing, or what is it in English? But it's about how robots, if we find any news about in Finland or in global way, how the robots are coming. It's like this very interesting news was here that 3D printing, you can get a hand with it, a robo hand. This little boy, 5-year-old boy in the South Africa got a new hand. So I think all the 3D printing and that kind of things are now already here.
Yeah.
So let's see when we will have a creative mind that will create another creative mind, and after that they will create another universe, and then there will be multiple universes. So let's think what will happen then. Yeah.
That's actually you're predicting my questions.
Yes, this is excellent. Yes,
it's going well. But where do you think social media marketing is going to develop in the future, and why?
I think that someday we will stop using the word social media. It's like we used Web 2.0 earlier, and now we're not using that term anymore. So I think the terms will change first thing. I think the social media marketing will just blend in with other types of marketing ways, and I think somebody will invent a new way of doing marketing. We don't know it yet because we don't know even what it will be, and we don't know the name for it. So I'm just saying that there will come another ways of doing marketing. Like now we already have the virtual worlds and quick response codes and that kind of thing. So the skiffy, the world in the sci-fi movies, it will come reality. I think it will do. We don't know how many years it will take until we have the flying cars, but I know we will have the flying in marketing or something like that soon. Not know when, but it will come. So I can predict that one. And it just always, when I'm talking these kind of things, I need to think about the people who even don't have a computer. They don't have access to the internet. What will happen to them? How we will know this do we still print paper, or how do we contact with those persons? And that's a scary thing also, because when we're talking about the education, how will in the future how the children will get the education if they don't have the tools for it? So it's a very complex thing to talk about. What will be in the future? What will happen to the social media? What will happen in the education? What will happen in the way of how we are doing our work? They are combined together as a complex mix. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks very much. That was all of my questions. I feel like there's an education for me to go through all these links that you sent
all
me.
the links.
Because like I'm honestly, I find these very interesting, and because it's the field that I'm actually getting into myself, to some extent, and this is very educational for me to actually look at what you've done and like what you do daily, because that is something that I can learn from and take something into my daily things to do, and also for my future career as well, which I find very, very interesting. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, and actually I'm still looking for one link. I don't remember. I'm trying to sign into one place where I can get you a one link too, because I actually have given last year an interview in English, so maybe there could be very good things already for you to use it. So
Okay.
just a few moments, I will get that link to you. So it's actually when I gave you the link to Sometuning place where there was my profile and all those links.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have here, now I got the link, just a moment, I will open it. No, it was not that link, just a moment. I really need to give you this link, because it's called, this interview was said that who says Finns are all shy. So now you got the link. So it was done by Chloe last summer, and he did also a Skype interview with me. So so it's there, and actually, there is also a lot of links in it. If I didn't give you all, there are more links to be found.
That's good. So it's always positive to get more links.
Yeah. If you need links, just contact me. I will give you more links.
And you will give me a list of links.
Yes, a place where there are links. Okay, Oskari, it was great to talk with you.
Thanks very much.
I enjoyed a lot about this interview, and I hope all the best for what is it? So what will you come when you do this final work? What is then title?
I'm doing a degree in business management and marketing.
Excellent. Do you think you will publish your work in the internet?
Probably not. It'll be because what happens is that it'll be part of the university, and the university pretty much owns all our publications, and they only publish like the best things, and those are usually the master's thesis. And because I'm only doing honors, so there's like 1 out of 1,000 that they actually publish from those dissertations. I can try to get this interview online if you want.
Yeah, it would be great. Yes, thanks.
And try to publish that. I do have one more little request for you. If you know would you happen to know anyone in your networks who are entrepreneurs and have used or use social media marketing?
Yeah, I have a lot of those people. So you just have to tell me the what could I say? How many would you like to have?
Okay. Well, at the moment I got
rajat boundaries.
Well, if you could get as diverse as possible. So what I mean in age-wise, industry-wise, and the extent of use. So how much they use of social media.
Okay.
So
how many do you need still?
well, all together I need 10 for this dissertation. But if you can get me, let's say from 8 to 12,
Okay.
that'll be fine.
Yeah, I will put it down that 8 to 12. I have already contacts. I know my very good friends that I could ask, and maybe I will do it in that way that I will do it in Facebook. So
Okay.
I will get to know you with them, and then you can ask and give more information that, hey, I'm explaining that Oskari would like to interview, would you like to join, and so on.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good thing.
That would
So
be
even
great.
if you don't get those persons to come to the interview if they're very busy, so you get more people to your network.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
so yeah, it's a win-win. That's great. I like the way you think.
Yes, that's the way I do. So you need to get to know more people, and it was actually one of those things that people should think when they are starting their own companies, that they should build their networks 2 years before they start their own company. I did that, and it was a good help for me. So build your networks before you start your own company.
I agree with you on that one. And last summer was a good start for me, where I met Andy, and through Andy I met a lot of people, and I actually met a lot of people that Andy didn't know, but I met them because of Andy.
Great. That's excellent. Yes.
Good.
So I think, Oskari, we will continue in the internet doing our discussions and networking, and it was great to talk with you. It was good that Andy mentioned that you could interview me. This was a good thing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.